Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Sephora Vib sale recommendations. The sale is upon us. Hopefully the day this video goes live, it's the first day of the sale. You guys have been requesting this, so I've kind of put together a basket of products that I would recommend. Now I don't want to go through every kind of category in terms of like mascara, brows, everything. If you want to see my holy grail products, I will link down below to my 2018 Best in Beauty and also my last VIB sale recommendation video. I'm picking products that are newer, that I haven't mentioned before, or that are just really wowing me, things that I'm using every single day. So I don't want this video to be 40 minutes long of me telling you all my favorites. I'm telling you about the new stuff that's really caught my eye. I think that you would enjoy things that are newer, but I actually have played with multiple times for a few weeks. I do have stuff that I purchased, I haven't tried out yet, or is brand new and I just don't feel comfortable enough to recommend that to you guys yet. So I'm only recommending based on what I have actually tried. I will leave in the down bar all the information in terms of the sales and how much you get off. I know it's confusing, and if I start trying to talk through it, I'm gonna just confuse myself. So I am partnering with EBATES for this video because my first thing that I want to mention is, please you guys do not shop the sale without using EBATES. It's literally free cashback for doing nothing. EBATES is the largest cashback website that partners with over 2,000 brands that you shop. I'm talking about Forever 21, Ulta, Sephora, all different brands. Pretty much everywhere you shop, EBATES partners with them and you get cash back for shopping through the website. So what you're gonna do is go to ebates.com, type in the website, it'll be Sephora, click shop now, and it'll track your purchases and give you cash back. You get a PayPal payment or a check every 3 months, and you get a $10 welcome bonus when you spend your first $25. So if you're gonna save during the sale, you definitely wanna take advantage of EBATES on top of that to get even more cash back. I'm telling you, I love it. I love working with them. It's something that I use every day. My parents use it. They also are going to co-sponsor a $100 gift card giveaway to one of you guys. I will have all the links down below, so make sure you check them out. Highly recommend them, you guys. I would not talk about them if I didn't believe in them, and I get cash back every 3 months, free money for shopping that I was already gonna do. So definitely don't forget to use EBATES. Trust me, you're gonna love it. So I will have the giveaway link and the link to sign up to EBATES right at the top of my description bar, and let's get into what I recommend to you guys for the VIB sale. First up is a complexion product that I've sworn by for a long time. They now have a mini and I have to recommend it because I love it so much. This is the Stellar Beauty Brilliance Primer. Now they just came out with a Stellar Beauty Brilliance Matte Primer and I have my eye on that. So I highly recommend this brand, you guys. No one talks about this brand. I've seen them actually do some sponsored posts recently and I was glad just to see the brand out there and seeing other influencers actually trying the products. I have loved this brand for so long. You can see I'm down to here, so I'm probably gonna restock. They do have a mini of this. This will give you smoothness, like a pore filling primer, but also a radiance. I'm assuming their matte one would just be smoothing and matte, which I would try in my T-zone. So I have that in my loves list. I think I'm gonna pick it up, but I highly recommend this, especially if they have a mini. I believe it's like 15 bucks. Please just try it out and tell me your thoughts. I really can't imagine anybody not liking this primer. I highly recommend this. I got my friend Cheryl to pick it up and she enjoyed it. I think she even mentioned it in her favorites as well. It's just a great primer. Highly recommend. Two foundations I want to mention. One of them is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. This is not a foundation per se, but this is something that I would use on top of a foundation. This I have in the shade 3, which is light medium. I've seen people use it as an actual highlighter. For me, I use it all over the skin to give me a glow. So let's say you're somebody that needs to wear a matte foundation. You just cannot do the dewy foundations. They don't last, or you can't get the coverage you want. You would apply a matte foundation and then apply this pretty heavily all on the high points of your face and then blend your foundation in, and it'll give you that dewy appearance, but it'll keep you matte, or you can stay matte in the center of your face. So that's how I would use it. Or you could just throw it all over your face like I've seen some other people do if you want like a super dewy look. This is a very interesting product because when you look at it, it is kind of a highlighter, but it has pigment too. It's almost like, I want to say almost like a BB cream with like intense highlighting abilities. Super beautiful, highly recommend. The only foundation that I'm going to recommend is one that I just feel like is tried and true. I've gone over my favorites so many times. Again, I'm going to link those videos down below, but the one that I keep going back to, and I think a lot of you will enjoy, especially going into the summer months, is the Dior Backstage Foundation. Right here, I have the shade 2W0. This is a beautiful foundation. It's got a good medium coverage. It's not drying, but it's also not greasy, and it gives you a good lasting power. What is the word I'm trying to say here? It lasts pretty well. So I can get like a good 8 to 10 hours out of this. You may have to kind of blot in the center of your face if you're oily, or as I said, use like a matte primer and then use this all over. This is just a beautiful foundation. I went to a wedding about a week ago and my skin was just all out of whack. And I tried to put on my Fresh Wear from L'Oreal and I literally looked like an alligator, like patchy. So I removed it and put this on, and it did save me in that time when I just felt like, wow, my skin was really textured and really dry, but it lasted really well throughout the wedding. So this is a great, great, great buy. I would highly recommend. Moving on to bronzers, I just had to go quickly through it. I've already mentioned this. The IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. I went through an entire, like I hit pan literally, which is insane for me because I have so much makeup that it's like when I hit pan on something, you know that that is the shit. I actually dropped it. It was so fragile because it was like basically had like a ring around it. I dropped it, and IT Cosmetics did send me another one. This is what it looks like. It is a nice, warm, beautiful kind of satin bronzer. Super forgiving. If you're somebody that just feels like no matter what, you can't get that soft, glowy look, this one is amazing, so I highly recommend. Also had to mention, even though I mentioned it before, it's just such a favorite, the Tantastic bronzer from Marc Jacobs. This bad boy has been through it with me. It's beautiful. This is a matte bronzer, so if you're looking for a matte bronzer, this is beautiful. Again, super forgiving. I seriously don't even see how you could go overboard with this. It's right here. You have to build it up a little bit. It's amazing. I've hit pan and it's still rocking with me. This is an investment, but it will last you forever. Fairly new bronzer that I've been using and loving. I've actually been using it to contour my nose. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's huge. You can use it for your body as well. You get two different sides in here, so you get almost like a lighter side and then that deeper side. But I just swirl my brush in there. This is a beautiful, I would say, like a, I don't want to say olive tone, but it's not super red or orange. It's that really beautiful, you can see bronzy brown. It just really looks healthy. I can use it to contour my nose, to put all over the face, and I've been using it consistently since I got it. I think I've used it maybe 8 or 9 times, and I really, really enjoy it. It is a what's the word, satin, so it does have some shimmer in it. If you don't like shimmer, go for the Marc Jacobs. If you like that healthy kind of shimmer, I don't want to say shimmery, but satin kind of dewy bronzer look, you will love this. I love this. I'm really happy with it. It has like a coconut scent to it, but really I just like the way that it kind of applies on the skin, blends beautifully, and it gives you that sun-kissed look. Also had to mention something I really didn't think I was going to recommend, but this is the Cheek Leader Bronze Squad from Benefit. The reason I wanted to mention this is because the highlighter, first of all, is hot fire. It's beautiful. Everybody's been talking about it. It's in the shade Cookie. I mean, this is intense, but really the Hoola is such a staple in terms of contouring, and you can bronze if you like a cool matte bronzer. But then you also have the Hoola Caramel, which I recommend as well. It's matte, but it gives you that kind of warmth, that olive. This one does seem olive. It's like, I don't know, like you've been in the Caribbean or something. Just beautiful. I don't love the blushes in here, so I will say that. I wish they would let these be interchangeable, or I wish that you could buy like Cookie by itself. I know they have a small like 3-pan palette. Maybe that would be beneficial. I can't remember what shades are in there, but Cookie is absolutely stunning, and the bronzers are great quality. I do find myself reaching for this. I will contour with the Hoola and then use the caramel to kind of warm up the face, and then use Cookie to highlight. I know these are pricey, but it'll take you years to go through this, and I really, really think it's beautiful. Moving on to blushes, I'm gonna say the same thing that everybody else is saying. These Buxom blushes are amazing. The Wanderlust blushes, I love Seychelles. Seychelles is one of those beautiful bronzy shades that I can put on my cheeks and then over my nose, and it just makes me look sun-kissed. Also, Ibiza, Mykonos is beautiful. These have a little bit of a satin kind of look to them. It kind of looks like this one, Ibiza, doesn't, but Seychelles definitely does. They're stunning, you guys. I mean, everybody's talking about them for a reason. They're beautiful. I'm so happy I was sent them because I was gonna pick them up anyways and I needed them all. Highly recommend. I really seriously don't think you could go wrong. Whatever shade is calling you, girl, put it in your cart. Thank me later. And then also the Laura Mercier blush, specifically in the shade Peach. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful and so pigmented. It is gorgeous. It looks like it has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is peach right here. Very similar to Mykonos, like the Buxom. I want to pick up more of these. I have rose. I think it's, yeah, I have rose, which is obviously more of a rose color, and then this peach. I mean, this peach, even with this eye look I have on right now, would be stunning. I saw Jamie Genevieve raving about this shade in particular, and I had it in my collection. I pulled it out, and she's right. It's absolutely stunning. So you can just see that these are all pigmented. They have a beautiful kind of like satin quality to them, and they really just blend beautifully on the cheeks. So I think I'm gonna pick up another shade of this because it's so pretty. In terms of highlighter, I wanted to mention the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. This is stunning. I love the way that these look on the skin because they're that baked formula. They're very thin, they're not powdery. They just look beautiful on the skin with one swipe. I do really only use these 2 shades, but they're so pretty and I feel like they're gonna last me for so long that I find that it's worth it. So this is a favorite that I reach for all the time. Also wanted to go over how many carats. This is beautiful if you like a glittery topper. It's just this interesting kind of clear but glittery top coat for your highlight, if you can see it right there. So I really don't use this alone. It's more of something that I would put on top just to really intensify any kind of highlighter that I have on. So it's super beautiful. I love it. Just something if you like a glittery highlight. To an eye palette, I really only have one that I want to really recommend. I admittedly like a lot of kind of indie brands in terms of my eyeshadows, but this palette really blew me away and I'm actually really shocked. This is the Summer Lights face palette from NARS. Now, it's a face palette, but I use these on my eyes and these just blend effortlessly. They have a beautiful satin finish to them. I think there's 2 mattes and then there's 3 kind of satin finish. These are perfect for a bronze lover, an everyday look, somebody that's not doing, you know, neon looks but wants to look put together. You can use these on your face or your eyes. The tones are absolutely stunning, and then you have a contour bronze shade. This is what the highlighter looks like. It's just a little touch deep. I can wear it, but I wish that they would have kind of gone with a lighter highlight, just kind of comparing it to the bronzer in here. The bronzer seems like it's like a good shade for me, but then the highlight is just a little bit deep. I can make it work, but it's a little bit deep. So this would be something that I would put on the brow bone or the inner corner, but something about specifically like these shades right here, they're so beautiful and effortless. These are the shades that you can put in the crease, on the lid. You can bronze your face. I mean, I really just feel like these are so buttery and creamy and they just have enough of a sheen to make it look healthy and kind of glowy without like metallic. So this is kind of somebody that's super neutral, that loves kind of the everyday look but wants to go to like a smoky eye without doing like black and cut crease and all of that. This is like a minimalist palette that you can amp up to be super beautiful. I just highly recommend this. I'm shocked because really when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's kind of boring. And then when I tried it, I was like, I want to wear this every day. In terms of lips, I have a lip liner that I want to recommend. Now, I've always recommended Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, which I still do. I just don't want to keep going over like the same products, but that is a bomb lip liner. I also want to recommend Contour by Pat McGrath. I have it on right now. It is gorgeous. Just a beautiful nude shade. I love the way that it feels. I love the way that it blends. It's just a beautiful, long-wearing lip liner with the right tone, so I highly recommend that, and also have a couple lipsticks I want to recommend. My most worn lipstick since I've been on YouTube is Nude Kate, which is from Charlotte Tilbury, and you can get it on Sephora now. Something about the formula and the color. This is like the everyday nude. If I don't know what to wear or my lips look shitty, I throw this on and it saves it. And I also have Penelope Pink, which I've kind of done some damage on as well. These are just my go-to lipsticks. So here's Penelope Pink, which has a little bit more of a pinky tone, maybe a little bit more peachy, but these are hydrating, pigmented, they don't give you that ring. Beautiful lipsticks. Any of these lipsticks, I know she has a bunch of different kinds. I will link these exact ones below. I don't know if they're like the hot lips. I know she has different kinds, but I mean, these are very similar shades and I use them to death. In terms of liquid lipsticks, I'm gonna have to give it up to Riri for these Stunna lip paints. I have Unattached and Unbuttoned, which are the two that I gravitate towards. Obviously Unbuttoned more so than anything else. This is a beautiful peachy nude shade. The formula is so thin, but it is insane in terms of pigment. This is a beautiful shade. I really hope she comes out with just even more and more and more. And then I really like Unattached. I use this for more of a spring look or in the center of my lips. I mean, look at that pigment. It's beautiful. I can apply it to the center of my lips and kind of blot it out and use it as a stain. These are phenomenal. I just really don't see how you wouldn't like these. If you can find a shade that you like, highly recommend picking one of these. In terms of lip gloss, I have two new ones to mention. The first being Marc Jacobs Rah Rah. I have mentioned this before, but I'm telling you, ooh, this shade is gorgeous for summer. You can put this over a nude lip and it just kind of shears out and gives you that kind of pop of color. Then I also have this new one I've been enjoying from Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Glass Glow Lip in Prism Rose. It's just a nice kind of, I don't know, like a rose gold shimmer. I tend to like a lot of products. Again, you guys know how I am. I like all different brands. So I like Indie and I like Ulta and I like Sephora. But these are the two that I'm thinking of right now that I am favoring from Sephora specifically. Also the Diamond Milk from Fenty. I can't find it. So now I'm like, I need to dig. And if I really can't find it, I got to get another one. But those would be my three gloss picks that I find myself reaching for the most. Next up is setting sprays. And I have three to share with you. I'm going to start with my favorite, which is the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. This is beautiful. This gives you that beautiful dewy look. It's stunning. It feels good on the face. It has a great sprayer, a nice kind of like grape. It's like a grape citrus scent. The packaging is stunning, and this would be like my special occasion mist. So my mist that I would use when I'm going, you know, out, or I really want my skin to look super dewy and healthy. Absolutely love this. The hype is real. I recommend this. Next up, I have the ABH Dewy Set. This is a beautiful everyday kind of spray. This is a little bit less dewy than the Farsali. This one feels like it has less glycerin in it. So when you get those glycerin sprays, they really bring out the glow, but they can also have a little tack to them. This is more like a MAC Fix Plus, but better in my opinion. This just kind of melds your powders in. This reminds me of like the Pixie Glow Mist. I always say Glow Tonic, Glow Mist. And then it's just like nice and hydrating, but it's not gonna give you like that dewy look like the Farsali. So I like this more for every day, and I just think it's a great overall kind of, it's like a MAC Fix Plus essentially. And then I wanted to mention the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. I do really like this. I like the sprayer. I like the scent. I like everything about this. This is kind of in between both of those actually. I feel like you'd have to really pack it on and then you could get it to the Farsali, but it would be nice and light for every day. My only complaint is how expensive this is for what you get, because this goes fast. Let me compare. This has 2.5 ounces. This has 3.5. Yeah, so this is just a little bit smaller, but also because it's so fine, I feel like you have to really get it up there and kind of like literally close to your face to really get it to do its job. And it does its job, but I just feel like you'll run through this quickly. So I wouldn't use this for an everyday spray unless you got the cash to kind of blow on it. I have one body product that I had to mention because the smell is absolutely to die for. I love the way it feels. This is the Patrick Ta A Dream Champagne Body Glow Oil, and this smells so good. It has a spray cap on it. I mentioned it in my favorites, you guys. It's like a dry oil, so it's not gonna have that sticky feeling. You just spritz it on. You can rub it in with your hands or a brush. And the smell on this, somebody said that Kathleen Lights mentioned like another perfume that smelled like this that was literally like $200 a bottle, and I'm like, what? This is stunning. It gives you kind of like a gorgeous, just hydrated, glittery look for your skin, but it's so good that I wear it just every day. I just spritz a few spritzes on and I can just smell it all day. I do hope he comes out with a perfume. I think it just looks luxurious. It's beautiful. It not dries down, but it's like, it feels like a dry oil. It reminds me of like my Kiehl's or my Chanel dry oil, and I like that because it's not greasy or thick. It just gives you hydration. So absolutely recommend it. The smell, the look, the feel, I love this. I have two brushes I wanted to mention. The first being the Pro Demi Fan 72 from Sephora collection. Now I mentioned this in my favorites, but I wanted to mention it again because you need to get it on sale. I love this brush. I love this brush. It's just so easy to kind of go around the perimeter of your face. You can do a contour. You can get under your chin. It's packed enough to give you that pigment, but it's also kind of, what's the word? flimsy enough to really blend it out. It's so soft and it just doesn't leave any harsh lines. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. This is a lazy girl's dream because you could just sweep and go. It's so soft, blends things beautifully. I highly recommend it. And then I also wanted to recommend the Tarte, I forget what it's called, but it's like the bamboo brush. I have like 3 of these. This is beautiful with powder foundation, and this is also great with liquid foundations. It just is like large, but it's still got that kind of give that really can buff into the skin. It's not going to, like, I hate when brushes are like really densely packed and then it's just moving your foundation back and forth. This actually buffs into the skin and it does it quickly because it is so large. So I do recommend this, especially if you're trying to dabble more with powder foundation. I think that you would really enjoy this. Alright guys, so that is it for my Sephora VIB recommendations. I'm going to put some kind of staple products down below. I'll link them, just like brow liner, stuff like that I've mentioned so many times in the past for people that are new. So make sure you check down below and I'll kind of give you a list of like staples that I use in case you're kind of newer and you don't see, you know, me recommending the same thing over and over. But I didn't want to go through and, you know, recommend 4 of each thing and you're like, well, we already saw that. So make sure you check down below in case you're like, well, wait, she didn't mention a brow or a concealer. I will have all of that down below, but I wanted to really focus on the new products or the products that I am just like, wow, like I'm wowed by, that I'm kind of incorporating into my everyday routine and I can't stop using. So hopefully I helped you out. If you have any products you're eyeing and you want to know my opinion, comment down below. I like to stay active in my comments. If you have any questions, I try to answer them in case you're kind of like, oh, you know, I'm really looking at this, but it's $40. Should I really pull the trigger on it? And if you want any advice on skincare, let me know down below. I'm not using a ton of skincare right now because I'm trying to just let my skin breathe and I feel like we're getting back to a good place. I'm still using the vitamin C product that I mentioned in previous videos and it's working well for me. And I have some new things in the works. I'll tell you guys about it in a little bit. I'm getting off on a tangent, but I didn't want to go into hair care and skincare and all that. Again, I'll have honorable mentions down below because otherwise we would have been here for 40 minutes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to use EBATES. Sign up for the giveaway. Sign up for EBATES. Get your cash back on top of the sale. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.